Good morning. In this video, we'll continue with the chapter in the Kingdom of Fools from your supplementary reader, Moments. So, in the Kingdom of Fools, this is a story. This story is a Kannada folk tale. And what is a folk tale? So, folk tale is a story that is passed from one generation to another. And it is that Kannada, it is a regional language that is spoken in many of the states of Karnataka. So this folk tale is taken from a book, Folk Tales from India, that is written by A.K. Ramanujan. So now, you have all read that in the Kingdom of Fools, so this states that the kingdom is not like the people here are not at all wise, they are not at all intelligent. So in this story, the king and his minister and even the advisors, so whosoever is there in the kingdom, everyone is not a wise person, no one is intelligent there. And you can very well imagine when such kind of people rule the kingdom, then you can understand what will happen. And you have also started reading the story, and we are going to continue with the story today. So today we'll start from page number 21 of your textbook. So till now we've read that one day a thief entered a merchant house, and what he did was he made a hole, and when he was coming out after looting the things, when he was coming out, so that time the wall broke and he died there only. So the younger brother, he went to the king and he complained that his brother was following the ancient trade, and ancient trade is robbing only. So when he was working, so that was the time when the wall fell on him and he died. So the younger brother, what he did was he wanted to take the advantage of the king's foolishness. So he said that the merchant whose wall had fallen down on his brother, so that merchant, he was a culprit. So he said that he should have built a strong wall. So he requested the king to punish the merchant, and he did ask for the compensation also for his family. So king, without considering that he was there to rob things and all, so he was there to loot the house. So he just blamed the merchant. And when the merchant arrived, so that time the king asked his name, and he just said that the thief was burgling the house and now he is dead. So he just told the merchant that he should be punished for it. So merchant, what he did was he said that he was at home only, and the thief, what he did was he did made a hole in the wall, and he entered the house. And when he was trying to move out, so that was the time when the wall fell on him. So king told the merchant that he was guilty. He did a wrong thing, and it is that he did not build the wall the right way. So it is he should be punished. So let's continue with the story now. Lord, said the helpless merchant, I did not put up the wall. It's really the fault of the man who built the wall. He did not build it right. You should punish him. Who is that? My lord, this was built in my father's time. I know the man. He's an old man now. He lives nearby. So now this merchant, what he did was he just pleaded in front of the king, and he just told the king that it is not his fault. So he said that the wall was weak, but it is not his fault. It is the fault of the person who made the wall, made the wall, and he did not construct it properly. So you should punish that person. Then after that, he added that the wall was made during the time of his father, and he said that the person who built that wall, he is an old person and he knew him. So he he lived nearby. So he just told the king about the mason, about the person who built the wall. The king sent out messengers to bring in bricklayer who had built the wall. They brought him tied hand and foot. You there, did you build this man's wall in his father's time? Yes, my lord, I did. So now in this, what is given here is, first of all, who is a bricklayer? So bricklayer is a person who lays the bricks and build the walls. So it is being referred to as a mason. So now what happens is king sends his soldiers, and he just tell the soldiers to bring the bricklayer along with them who's built the wall. So what they did was they brought the bricklayer. His hands were tied, his feet were tied, and they just brought him to the king's palace. And then after that, the king asked him, "Did you build the wall?" So he replied, "Yes, he did." What kind of a wall is this that you built? It has fallen on a poor man and killed him. You've murdered him. We have to punish you by death. So now what happens is this person, king, so he just tells the mason that the wall that he built during the merchant's father time, that was not a strong wall at all. So he had built a weak wall, and as a result, the weak wall fell on the thief's head, and he died. So bricklayer, he would be punished for this, and it is that he would be sentenced to death. So before the king could order the execution, the poor bricklayer pleaded, "Please listen to me before you give your orders. It's true, I built this wall, and it was no good. But that was because my mind was not on it. I remember very well a dancing girl who was going up and down the street all day with her anklets jingling, and I couldn't keep my eyes or mind on the wall I was building. You must get that dancing girl. I know where she lives." So now what happens is, like, everybody is putting the blame on the other person. So now what happens is the merchant, he blames the mason. So mason also, he what he does is he did not accept that he had made a mistake by building a weak wall. So what he did was he further blamed the dancing girl, the girl who was there. So now what he says is, he told the king, when the king told him that he will be executed, so he requested the king to listen to him. So he agreed that he did not build the wall properly, but he said that it was not his fault, and it was the fault of a girl who was moving around in the street, and her anklets, when she was moving up and down the street, that time her anklets were making a jingling sound. And these anklets, as they were making a sound, so he was very much attracted towards the sound, and he could not concentrate on his work. And as a result, the wall that he built was a weak one. So he says that it is not his mistake, it is the fault of the girl. So he added that he knew where the dancing girl lived, so it is the dancing girl who should be punished. You are right, the case deepens. You must look into it. It's not easy to judge such complicated cases. Let's get that dancer where she is. The dancing girl, now a woman, came trembling to the court. So now, in this, what is given here is, in this, it is now given that the king, he was he did understand what the mason said. So he was satisfied with his explanation, and he was quite convinced also. So he tells that now the case is becoming very complicated. It is the thief
who blamed the merchant further blamed the mason further blamed the girl, the dancing girl.